7 minutes. That's all it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor, and she left here visibly upset.
You didn't run this the right way. Illegal.
Thornton Township has become the center of a political storm as Tiffany Henyard, the embattled mayor of Dolton and current township supervisor, struggles to maintain her grip on power. Her tumultuous career is unraveling amid a whirlwind of lawsuits, allegations, and dramatic confrontations. The unfolding saga, marked by accusations of voter suppression and corruption, heated public meetings, and explosive legal battles, has captivated both critics and supporters alike. This small Illinois township now finds itself at the heart of a real-life political thriller. The saga took a dramatic turn when Tiffany Henyard failed to secure the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township Supervisor during a rare caucus held earlier this month. Unlike a traditional primary election, this caucus saw Illinois State Senator and Thornton Township Democratic Committeeman Napoleon Harris emerge as the Democratic nominee. Henyard's name was notably absent from the ballot because her slate lacked a certified assessor, a critical position required for eligibility. This technicality disqualified her from participating, leaving her visibly outraged. "You didn't run any of this the right way," Henyard was heard exclaiming as she confronted Harris after the caucus. Illegal, Napoleon. The heated exchange set the stage for an escalating political battle. Henyard and her allies quickly launched a series of accusations, legal challenges, and public rallies, vowing to fight back. They claimed the caucus was rigged, alleging voter suppression and manipulation of the venue to block her candidacy. Henyard's team pointed to videos and eyewitness accounts showing her supporters, including seniors, being left outside in the cold while Harris's backers allegedly filled the room. The fallout has intensified the already fraught political climate in Thornton Township, with both sides preparing for a bitter struggle ahead. Harris, however, dismissed these claims, asserting that the caucus adhered to all legal procedures and was conducted fairly. People in Thornton Township may be unfamiliar with caucuses because they haven't had one in a while, but this has been the tradition for many other townships across the state, he explained. His attorney, Burton Adelson, echoed this sentiment, stating that Henyard's accusations were baseless and would not stand up in court. Despite this, Henyard remains defiant. She has filed a lawsuit against Harris and the Democratic caucus, vowing to expose what she described as a fraudulent process. The legal battle adds yet another layer of drama to the unfolding political turmoil in Thornton Township.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
The center of the controversy this week is the decision to hold a caucus instead of a primary election, a move that hasn't been seen in Thornton Township for decades. Critics argue that this shift was a calculated strategy by Harris and his allies to consolidate power and exclude Henyard from the race. "If they could beat me, they would have gone to the polls," Henyard claimed in an interview before the caucus. However, Henyard's detractors offer a contrasting narrative, accusing her of hypocrisy and misconduct. As mayor of Dolton and supervisor of Thornton Township, Henyard has faced a litany of scandals, ranging from allegations of lavish spending to claims of financial mismanagement. A preliminary investigation by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot into Dolton's finances revealed troubling findings. The village's general fund balance plummeted from over $5 million in 2022 to a deficit exceeding $3 million by May 2023. The report also uncovered questionable use of the village's credit card, with Henyard allegedly incurring tens of thousands of dollars in charges from retailers such as Amazon and Wayfair. Among the most eye-popping expenses was a staggering $43,000 charge on Amazon in a single transaction, raising serious concerns about fiscal oversight. The revelations have only added fuel to the already fiery political showdown in Thornton Township. Critics argue that Henyard's financial mismanagement extends beyond Dolton to Thornton Township, where she has been accused of using taxpayer funds for personal indulgences. Her lavish lifestyle, including personal stylists and makeup artists, has sparked outrage among residents, many of whom are struggling to get by on a median income far below her combined salary of nearly $300,000 per year. For many, her lifestyle symbolizes a stark disconnect from the realities faced by the community. The frustration isn't solely about Henyard's spending. Residents are also angered by what they see as neglect of basic community needs. Both Thornton Township and Dolton have been plagued by crumbling infrastructure, rising crime rates, and underfunded public services. These issues have led many to question whether taxpayer money is being used responsibly. Driving through Dolton every day is a reminder of her priorities. One resident said, "The roads are crumbling, the streetlights are out, but Henyard is flying first class and hiring makeup artists. None of that helps the people who voted for her." These frustrations have boiled over at public meetings, where residents have repeatedly demanded accountability and transparency. Yet their concerns have largely gone unanswered, deepening the divide between Henyard and the communities she serves.
All our security firm, we made sure they had wands, and we also told our board to come upstairs due to the fact they had several ways to exit out of the building.
Critics have raised concerns about Hen's handling of township resources during the caucus, citing reports that she allegedly used township buses to transport her supporters to the event. Opponents argue this was an unethical use of public funds. Adding to the controversy, many of the buses reportedly arrived late, leaving her supporters stranded outside in freezing temperatures. This misstep prompted one voter to question her ability to manage effectively, suggesting that if she couldn't organize her own campaign, she might not be capable of running the township. Hen's political rival, Harris, seized on the incident, presenting it as further evidence of her lack of leadership and planning skills. Tensions surrounding Henyard have been further exacerbated by growing allegations that she governs through intimidation. Several township employees have anonymously reported feeling pressure to support her campaigns under the threat of losing their jobs. Accusations of favoritism and fear tactics have deepened the rift between her administration and the community. One former employee described a workplace culture where loyalty to Henyard took precedence over doing what was best for residents. These claims of a toxic environment are now being discussed alongside her financial scandals, further shaping the perception of an administration increasingly disconnected from its constituents. The controversies don't stop there. Henyard's tenure as mayor has been marred by allegations of abuse of power, including claims that she used police raids to target businesses that refused to donate to her events. In one instance, a local business owner accused Henyard of retaliation after declining to contribute to a civic event. Shortly after, his business was raided and his license was revoked. Similar incidents were reported at several local bars, with owners alleging political harassment. Critics argue these actions reflect a broader pattern of intimidation and corruption under Henyard's leadership. Henyard's leadership style has sparked controversy even within her administration. Former Dolton Police Chief Robert Collins accused her of diverting police resources for personal security, leaving fewer officers available to patrol the streets. She likes the thought of being surrounded by police officers, Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood said. It makes her feel important. Despite mounting scandals, Henyard remains defiant, claiming she is the target of a political smear campaign. "They're attacking me because I'm a strong black woman in power," she declared at a recent township board meeting. This rhetoric has resonated with some supporters who view her as a trailblazer challenging entrenched political interests. However, even among her supporters, cracks are beginning to show. Allegations of financial impropriety and mismanagement have raised serious questions about her leadership. Her cancer charity, for instance, is under scrutiny for failing to disclose how it uses its funds, prompting the Illinois Attorney General's office to warn the organization to cease operations until it complies with state regulations. Critics argue this is yet another example of Henyard's disregard for accountability and transparency.
Mayor took steps to correct those things that the Attorney General required. And so we believe that for that reason, the meeting was supposed to have been here.
As legal battles unfold, the stakes are high for Henyard and her opponents. If she loses her lawsuit against Harris in the Democratic caucus, her only option to remain on the ballot for Thornton Township Supervisor would be as a write-in candidate, a daunting challenge in any election. Meanwhile, her re-election campaign for Dolton mayor faces significant hurdles, with rivals leveraging her scandals to galvanize opposition. Trustee Jason House, one of her challengers, has vowed to restore integrity to Dolton's leadership, a message gaining traction among frustrated residents. Public reaction to Henyard's saga has been a mix of outrage, disbelief, and exhaustion. Social media has been inundated with comments from residents and observers, many calling for her resignation or arrest. Imagine a criminal filing a lawsuit against the people trying to stop her from being a criminal, one commenter wrote. Another added, "Someone please put that criminal in prison already." Despite the backlash, Henyard's loyal base remains vocal, accusing her detractors of playing politics and undermining her achievements. At a recent rally, her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, criticized the media, accusing reporters of bias and spreading misinformation. "You want the tea? Come to me," he said, echoing Henyard's defiant tone. Critics, however, argue that the media's scrutiny is justified given the gravity of the allegations against her. As the drama unfolds, it is clear that the political landscape of Thornton Township and Dolton is undergoing a seismic shift. Whether Henyard can weather the storm and maintain her grip on power remains uncertain. Her resilience and defiance have made her a polarizing figure, but the growing list of scandals and legal challenges may ultimately prove insurmountable. Is Tiffany Henyard a victim of political sabotage, or is she finally being held accountable for her actions? Share your thoughts and stay tuned as this saga continues to unfold. This story is far from over.